Hi, this is Scott Novak of Level Up Web Services. I'm down here in the lower right-hand part of your screen, and this video is called Blueprint to a Badass Web Presence. We're going to talk about 6 critical components to beefing up your web engine and attracting more customers online. So really what it comes down to is your web engine. And by the end of this video, you should have a more clear idea of your web presence is a souped up Ferrari or the infamous Yugo. So let's talk about the basics here. Really what it comes down to, success online has to do with visibility. So how easy is it for you to find yourself online? So if you go to Google, you type in your niche in your city, where do you show up? And it's kind of like the restaurant downtown on 1st and Main. You know, they just get a lot of traffic coming in because of how visible they are, versus the restaurant on the outskirts of town just doesn't get the same amount of traffic because they're not as visible. So there's 2 ways to get visible. One is organically through the search engines, and I'll show you that in a bit. And then there's paid ads, a pay-per-click, pay-per-lead type of arrangement where you're on Google AdWords, or you're on Facebook ads, or you're running YouTube video ads, just a lot of different options on a paid rental kind of method, or the organic method, which would be search engine optimization, where this is on, you're ranking highly, you're very visible on the search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. And you've optimized your website and your web presence with all these different components here to rank organically. Now, if we go over to Google, we can take a look and just do a search on, talking about visibility, do a search on a niche in a city. So here we have air duct cleaning, Scottsdale, Arizona. So the first most visible part you're going to see is ads, but customers kind of know these are ads, and whoever, is pay to play, I think they trust Google to serve them up the most reputable results. And so they tend to trust the people in the Google Map pack, Google Maps, and the organic listings. And so, customers don't really want to search or keep scrolling for the one. They're probably going to make their decision on page 1. So ideally you want to rank on page 1, and the math actually backs that up. This is a Moz study a couple years back that said 71% of all searches result on page 1. So only 29% go on to page 2 or 3. And what I found really interesting is the click-through rate. So meaning whoever is number 1 on Google for any search term gets about a third of all the clicks, the 31%. And then number 2 drops down in half to 14%. And then now we're at 10%, 8%, 7, 5, 3, and down we go. So you don't want to be down here out in left field fighting for scraps. You want to be as visible as possible. So how do we beef up your engine? Well, one of the first ways of the 6 is Google Maps. This to me is the most important because it's the most visible organic position you can be in. And if you look at how this is laid out, if you go to Maps, we could pick just one person here. We could look at this 3-pack and go, okay, I see reviews here, that's social proof. I see what you do, that's relevant to what I'm looking for, what city you're in, and then your hours, and even a phone number. And then if I click on this gray space, it actually takes me right to the client. I can see all their photos and appointment I can book online right here. I don't even have to go to their website. Everything's right here. Here's all this social proof, these snippets. Wow, what a great, thanks for your experience. That you don't even need to go to their website, really. And this is why this is such a growing part of my agency business, is optimizing for Google Maps. So what can you do? Well, you can go on the Google My Business profile and fill out all the categories. Let me actually show you that. So if you go to the Google My Business profile, remember you got the verification postcard and all that stuff? This is where you did it. It's very likely a Gmail address, and I can help you with this if you're interested. But you want to fill out all the categories. You want to make sure your service area is filled out. You want to make sure your hours and your phone number are there. And then one thing is I recommend is fill out these services. A lot of people just kind of leave this alone, but it's a really good way to represent everything that you do. Another recommendation, when you get reviews, this client has no reviews, but brand new business, but when you have happy customers, send them a text or, ask for a review. And when you get a review, reply to that review. Another thing I do recommend is to post. Use these post features here. It's a great way to pitch your business. This one's about upholstery cleaning. This one is about sanitization and disinfection, and just a great way to pitch your business and get visibility on Google My Business, because Google loves when you post on their format. They want you to be a part of it, and they will reward you. So another thing you can do is add photos and get citations. Now, what are citations? Well, I'm glad you asked. These are the directories and search engines that you want your business name, address, and phone number to be in. And there are things like Google Maps is a directory, Facebook is a directory, Bing, Foursquare, Yelp, Yellow Pages, all of these, you want to be in as many as possible, and definitely more than your competition. And you want to make sure that the name, address, and phone number is uniform throughout the web. Now, sometimes businesses change addresses, they'll change locations, they'll change phone numbers. You want to make sure that all of these directories show the exact same thing, because Google, their little robot eyes are going to look and go, okay, well, why are there 3 different addresses? They're not going to reward you with higher ranking on maps if you've got discrepancies. So there is a checker on here at yext.com. You don't have to sign up for their service, but there's a free checker. You can kind of take a look, and I can do this for you as well. This really makes a difference in maps ranking because it's such a local component. Number 3 is the content, the words on your page. Those words will contain what are called keywords, the terms that your customers actually use to find you. And there could be hundreds or even thousands of keywords that customers might use to find your business. Also included is copy. Now, these are words of persuasion. This is part of telling your story. So you don't want to just slap a bunch of words on your page that have a lot of keywords. You want to be human too, and give somebody a reason to want to purchase from you. The action steps would be make sure all of your pages have 600 words or more. Do some keyword research. I could do this for you, and make sure that those keywords are placed strategically and not too much, not too little. And then analyze your copy as if you were a new customer. Pretend you're a perfect stranger. When you read the words, does it give you a reason to want to do business? And then give them a call to action. Tell them what it is you want them to do. On-page optimization and site architecture is number 4, and the biggest component of this is having a mobile-friendly website. More people search on their smartphones than they do the desktop. So if you've been waiting to have a mobile-friendly site or do something different with your site, you needed that yesterday, so I highly encourage you to get that. Also, some more deep in the weeds kind of stuff, meta titles and descriptions. That's what you see on Google. This is the meta title, and this is the meta description. You want to make sure this is done properly. You can put in some good keywords in your location here, and then sell a little bit in the description. Nerd alert, I'm not going to get too geeky on you here, but it is something I can analyze for you. And then number 5 is backlinks. These are links from other websites to your site. So it's kind of a popularity vote. It's a vote from another site saying, hey, we like you, we endorse you, we're going to link to your site because we find you valuable. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say this other website is Better Business Bureau. You pay the $600, you get your own page, and they put a link to your site. You click on that little link and it goes to your website. That is a backlink. And Better Business Bureau is a reputable, organization. So you start getting links like that, it can really move the needle on your rankings. In fact, the number of referring domains has a big influence on rankings. And in this particular study, they said the number of unique referring domains was the strongest correlation in the entire study. So the action steps would be to get some link love, get some reputable backlinks coming to your site. It will move the needle, I promise you. It's a big, big deal in rankings. So where can you get links? Well, your vendors, if they have a dealer locator page, local organizations, the Kiwanis Club has a 5K run they want you to sponsor. Ask if they will give you a backlink on their website. SEO links are quite possibly the most potent and aggressive in getting backlinks quickly. A lot of SEO agencies like myself have a monthly retainer where you pay a couple $100 or some people pay a couple thousand a month, where the biggest part of that retainer is getting securing quality, reputable backlinks to your website, your web presence, and it really makes a difference. You want to make sure they're reputable, though. There's a lot of junk links out there. So the last component is a little more psychology. It's the user experience, the journey that your customer takes when they hit your site. Is it easy to navigate? Do they understand what it is that you do, and is it easy to become a lead? So you have to answer these questions within just a couple seconds, or else they bounce off to a competitor. Are you in my area? So you want to list your city or your service areas and a phone number with a local area code. Can you solve my problem would be the next one. So just make sure what services you offer are very clearly stated on the site. And then tell your story a little bit so they get to know you and like you and trust you and want to buy from you. Make sure it's easy to be a lead. Have a call to action, like a click to call button or a lead quote form. So make it easy for them and make it clear that you have a direction for them, that you're telling them what you want them to do. There's a lot of psychology that goes into this. I won't dwell on this one. This video is getting kind of long anyway. But if this stuff makes sense to you, if this resonates with you and you'd like me to look at your site, well, now that you've got the context and the importance of this stuff, I do a free analysis for you. No obligation to work with me or anything like that, but I'd be happy to pop the hood and see what you've got going on. So just send me an email or text me or just call me and give me your website, your email address, your phone, and your name, and I'll be happy to put together a video like this. As long as you're going to watch it, it does take me a good 45 to 60 minutes to produce the video because I want to give you a thorough analysis. So other than that, I hope this has been very helpful to you. I really appreciate you watching this, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.